Bắt bên này không được vịt nữa vịt chẳng nói á thằng cao mua ở tầng đó mà sợi mới vừa mình mà sợi ở đây đo người vịt đánh bây giờ mình sợi ôi chọi bà đấy tụi bà đại chọi bà này
That's what we call life.
Okay.
We call anything.
Such life. Đạp mở lưới thua tay lên thì sẽ đạp nó. For me, I need to lie because I'm a public person. Because every talk I want to share to many people. Yeah.
And I'm aware how famous you are.
Oh, it's clear. Before we start, I have to talk in my original language a bit to introduce all people who are watching now. ច្រើនពលញាតិញោមតាមប្រព័ន្ធ page និង Facebook ឬក៏ YouTube អីដែលអាច share តគ្នាបន្តទៅទៀតថ្ងៃនេះជាធម្មតាអាត្មាដាក់ចំណងជើងថាពីនេះពីនោះរាល់ថ្ងៃពហុប៉ុន្តែថ្ងៃនេះយើងមានភ្ញៀវបរទេសមកហើយអាចនឹងមានការសន្ទនាជាខ្មែរហើយនឹងជាអង់គ្លេសមិនអីយ៉ាងម៉េចប៉ះចុះប៉ះឡើងដាច់ទៅលើកំប៉ែឲ្យតែឃើញច្បាស់ទៅបានហ្នឹង And I would like to say hello to those who can understand English. Ngày nay chẳng chập đàm chỉ mùi nâng quạt tay mà đón buộc chỉ ngày tham mây bỏ quạt một chụp tham á quạt ban tam đàn sẽ đạp video bỏ trong cái này tham ban pi bay video đấy để for presentation ở Sala hay nângการtự sum đai ở Sydney nó chỉ ông lệ quạt đạp từ chạp ở Rome hay ngày này còn một chụp một chà luôn. Okay, and I want you to talk something. How do you find me?
Yeah. First of all, I have a very wonderful friend. She is Buddhist, follows the Khmer tradition, and first of all, I have a very good friend. She is following Khmer Buddhism tradition, and she told me there is a wonderful venerable. He can preach both in the native language as well as in English. And then also I Googled, my best friend Google and YouTube shows me a couple of live preaching you were preaching in English, and I found it very inspiring. And also your presentation at Swinburne University about your country, Cambodia. And yes, I have, and I really like the way you speak. So I keep nagging my friend, can I please have a chance to meet Venerable San Sochea? And finally she agreed, and today I'm very honored she took me here, and it was such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I also happy that you have listened and get interesting with my speech, because Dhamma, the word Dhamma or the teaching of Buddha, is not for any particular person, but all the human, all people in the world. Because the teaching of Buddha is not related with any tradition or culture, but it is the nature of life. It's like the medicine. So all medicine, even it was created by one doctor, but can cure all people. No nation for medicine, no boundary. And do you have any idea related with Buddhism that you have experienced, or any point that you want me to talk about?
A quick one is in Buddhism we have three major traditions: the Theravada tradition, the Mahayana, and the Vajrayana. Given the fact we all follow the same Buddha Sakyamuni, but there are minor cultural differences as Buddhism travel to different parts of the world. Seems like we don't know each other's tradition much. I wonder, Venerable, what would be your advice, or how can we bridge the gap of different tradition of Buddhism or different Buddhism culturally, please? Thank you very much.
If we look for the difference between the Theravada or any part of Buddhism that we can see, it is difficult to explain that which one is better. But actually, the Buddha's teaching is not related with tradition or any culture. But first I would like to talk about why Buddha, we have only one Buddha, but right now we have different kinds of Buddhism. It is not divided by Buddha, but by people's understanding. Because when the time passed by, the level of studying of the Buddhist is different. The level of understanding is different. Some of them have high understanding and some of them have middle or low understanding. And then they just think by themselves how to persuade people, how to express themselves, how to educate people in the easiest way that they can do. And then they just create something related by their culture, and then they call themselves. That's why Buddhism has divided into many kinds. But for me, my own opinion about the difference between many kinds of Buddhism is not problem to me. But for me, I only try to understand the real teaching of Buddha. And when someone asks me what kind of Buddhism I am, I very hard to answer that I am Theravada or something else, because I don't want to divide, I don't want to separate which kind is that. But I want many people who want to understand the real Buddhism try to study the real word of Buddha. When they understand the real teaching of Buddha, they will know exactly that there is not any culture in Buddhism. It is only the teaching, practicing, and get success with their practice. That's all. If now we have not only 3 kinds but more than 10 kinds of Buddhism. But I think in the future there will be more because of their own understanding. They want to create something more. That's why it is also the way that people can make argument with each other because of different kind of their concept, their own concept. But the one who really understand the teaching of Buddha, they don't recognize themselves belong to any party, any tradition of Buddhism. So like for example, like I told you, the medicine, for example, Panadol for when we painkiller. So when we have toothache, we get it. We never think, oh, who's created this? Who's created? We don't care about that. We just want to release our pain, to kill our pain of our teeth, right? Yeah. Even the Buddha, he did not want anybody to sacrifice something for him. He just wanted to share what he enlightened, what he found. And then even the follower respect him or not, it doesn't matter. Like the doctor who created the medicine and then he passed away. So when we take the tablet of medicine, most of people never know who created, but we only want to get better, to take the medicine. So if talking about what kind of Buddhism is better, cannot talk, because it is created by many people after the Buddha's time. It's not divided by the Buddha. Buddha have only one way: learn the truth, try to understand the truth of life, the reality of life. He showed the way to eradicate all of defilement that is the cause of suffering. And then when you can cure your mind, when you get the real happiness, it is Buddhism. It is the way of Buddha. It doesn't matter what kind of Buddhism you are. Sometimes it's not necessary to call you are a Buddhist, not important. But the important thing is you start at the right point and practice on the right way and get success in your life. That's it. Anything else? Earphone. Kìa thả lư ấy. Ở đây lư ở đây. Mm-hmm.
Kana tham sửa xâm đồ lồng chắc cừu tục khả ra dạ sạch chạ bằng cừu chẳng ở bằng cừu bây giờ Kana ọt chạy bằng tao lộc chắc cừu này bỏ.
She asked about the one part of the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths, you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. The first one is Dukkha Ariya Satya. It means suffering. Yeah, the truth of suffering. When talking about the suffering, there are many kinds of suffering. But in brief, there are only 5 that it is called Paccuppadana Khanda. It means the attachment with the self. Or we can say there are only 2 kinds of suffering that related to rupa, mean the physical and mind and mental. The suffering is the start point, or what I mean is before Buddha got enlightenment, he was a normal person and he was living in the suffering as well. But many people don't really understand the truth of suffering. They only know when they have no money, or when they lose something, when they lose love, or beaten by other people. It is the very simple way that even the animal also know about that. But the wisdom that the one who cultivate or develop the wisdom to know to the maximum level, to know the real suffering as it is, even when we experience with happy feeling, it also suffering. This is the point that many people don't really understand. Because the suffering here is referred to things that cannot stay for a long time. It's always change. Impermanent, yes. Like even when we go somewhere to visit the tourist destination, because we get boring with our work for a full week, right? And then we go to the mountain or to the sea or to somewhere that we want to release and to get happiness at that. But for example, when you go there in the afternoon from 2 o'clock, you set the time, and then you think you will come back at 5. But at that time the traffic trouble, or your car have problem, and then you cannot come back on time. Where is happiness? You get angry, right? Sure. So the sea is not the real thing that gives you real happiness, because happiness or suffering is created by the mind. The peace or sadness or jealousy or something, always created by the mind. That's why Arahanta means the one who get enlightenment. Always say that all things that we experience, even when we have happiness feeling or something that we don't like, are the same. Happy or not happy are the same. It always fall away. That's why they never have attachment with that. It's like the wind that blows through your body and then go away. They never try to catch up in their own, but just try to let it be, to try to get the real understanding as they are. So the suffering here is the natural suffering, and it's general for all people in the world. So to develop our wisdom to understand the suffering as it is not like we are experienced and then we think as our normal wisdom or normal thinking. Many people or all people in the world that they never experience the Buddha's teaching, they are creating the suffering, but they want to rid it of the suffering. Like the person who try to burn something and they want to get coal in the fire. how can like they set up the fire and then they want to get cold in the fire, cannot. For example, people always controlled by something that they need, right? But they are trying to need more and more and more. They want to get this, they want to get that. When you need money, you are controlled by money. When you need a car, you are controlled by a car. Right? Everything in the world will control you when you need it. Yeah, you need them. If you need nothing, nothing can control you, right? So
Please explain in Cambodian language.
let me talk a bit in in Cambodian. Đừng về chẳng bồn lầm này. Nâng tục cà rì sa chạ. Mà gần về sân khai một bên thà đại dương đăng thà tục nắng viên mình đôi bộ bụt tra đắng này. Đại dương đắng tôi là ọt lôi chai tôi tại kịp ải chật tôi tại kịp ọt sả lanh về chư ấy nó ngắn chỉ tục vấn đề về chỉ phần này đi tục ấy chư nữa nè birth is suffering, sickness is suffering, old age is suffering, death is suffering. Actually, the dead people never get suffering, right? But they left suffering behind when they pass away. Nên mà nước slap nhưng thay chỉ tục cái này sẽ chạm đấy slap bên cạnh ta slap ấy ở miền pain ở miền chư ở miền ấy bên cạnh ta chỉ tục pro sát lục phơi khai chỉ mùi xịt đấy slap nâng phong hơi vàต่อไป slap ទៅសាច់ញាតិនឹងក៏កើតទុកជាមួយនឹងដែរប៉ុន្តែអ្វីដែលចង់បញ្យល់ពេលនេះគឺយល់ទុកពិតប្រកបនឹងវាទល់តែពេលសោយនឹងក៏ទុកដែរពេលជួបជុំនឹងក៏ទុកដែរពេលមានលុយចាយនឹងក៏ទុកដែរទុកដោយអត្ថប្រែប្រួល always change ហ្នឹងហើយនៅវាកាន់តែជាការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរអារម្មណ៍ទេអញ្ចឹងមនុស្សដែលកើតទៅជានិព្វាទាបាននឿយណាយបានហ្នឹងវាទល់តែឈប់បែងចែកថាយើងប្រាថ្នាអាសុខអញ្ចេះហើយយើងខ្លាចអាទុក្ខអញ្ចេះអាហ្នឹងបើនឿយនឹងទុកបានប៉ុន្តែបើយើងខណៈខ្លាចតែឈឺហើយចង់បានជាប់នៅមួយជាហ្នឹងយើងខ្លាចតែបែកហើយជាប់នៅជាមួយអាជួបហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងមិនឈ្មោះថានឿយណាយទេព្រោះយើងខណៈផ្លាស់ពីមួយយកមួយផ្លាស់ពីមួយយកមួយហើយវាវិលទៅវិញទៅមក this is the cycle of suffering ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងឯងបាទ Yes, when you attach with someone as something or someone, that thing control you. But it doesn't mean that you don't need anything because our life needs something to live, to survive. But we need only something that really is important for our life. Like now we need house, we need the car, and we need some money to survive, to pay tax. If you don't have money, you don't... you cannot do anything, but don't let it control you. Dạ bạn Clay. Yeah, you are the owner. You are the owner. Even money, you are the owner. You are the boss. Money not your boss. Nâng ngàyនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើអ្វីមួយយ៉ាងទៅបីតែយើងទៅរកលុយក៏យើងជាម្ចាស់លុយដែរមានន័យថាយើងយកវាមកប្រើនៅក្នុងក្របខ័ណ្ឌនៃសតិសម្បជញ្ញៈមិនឲ្យវាធ្វើចវាយយើងគឺយើងចវាយវាមានន័យថាយើងយកទៅប្រើនៅក្នុងរឿងដែលល្អបានទេបាត់លឺដឹងតែលឺនឹងរំខានយើងនេះវិញចាំតែមើលតែ message គេបានតែអត់លឺគេប្រាប់ដល់ដាក់ក្នុងនេះឲ្យគេលឺផងបានដឹងថាសួររឿងអីអត់ឃើញមុខទេកុំភ័យ
កណាឆ្ងល់ចេះលោកចាស់ថាសម័យពីដើមលោកចាស់ស្ដាប់ធម៌តែមកគេថាបានសម្រេចគុណធម៌ប៉ុន្តែ ការនោះអត់អ្នកខ្លះអត់បានរៀនអភិធម្មអីទេតើកណាឆ្ងល់ថាចុះការសិក្សាអភិធម្មនេះជួយអ្វីខ្លះមកដល់យើងរាល់គ្នាជីវិតរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងចាស់គ្រូកណាអរគុណចាស់
អត់និយាយអង់គ្លេសគាត់យល់ផងshe asked about why in the Buddha's time as she read many books related the life of people in the Buddha's time. Some people listen the Buddha's teaching only a short time, but they could got enlightened. But why now? People listen a lot, but they why? And one more, she asked that learning Abhidhamma means the higher teaching, the higher Dhamma that not really easy to understand, because it is the true thing that many people never think about. It related the ultimate reality in our life. There are two kinds of ultimate reality. One is called Rupa Paramatta. It relates with the physical, and the second is mental state. Mental state like something like attachment, jealousy, like ignorance or jealousy. Yes, something like that. And another one is consciousness, or the mind. We can say that always experience all things in life by through the 6 doors, like eye doors, ear doors, something like that. And another one is nirvana, the real peace. Yes, the real peace in the mind. Nirvana, it doesn't mean that pass away. No, nirvana when we are completely cured from all defilement, all sin in the mind. Yes, Buddha got enlightened, got the nirvana before he passed away 45 years. Before Putsakarai BC. Before BC 45 years. He got the nirvana before he passed away 45 years. Mean the day that he became a Buddha, mean he got nirvana. But many people confuse that people get nirvana when they pass away. No, not like that. So study how studying Abhidhamma help people. This is her question. Abhidhamma studying is we study about the reality of life. The reality of life. There are two kinds of reality. One is ultimate reality, and the second is appearance. Appearance means something that we can see, like visual. You know me as Venerable Sochea, but this is not the ultimate reality. It is just something that you easy to recognize these people, but actually we have the same element in our body, physical and mind. So to study Abhidhamma, it is very necessary for this generation, because when the Buddha's alive, he had the supreme wisdom. He could understand how people are, the level of people. That's why when he preach something, he look the level of people. What should he talk to these people? What shouldn't talk to these people? But now we don't have that kind of supreme wisdom. We just say what we know. That's why Buddha called himself a supreme doctor. And the teaching of Buddha is the great medicine. So the doctor in the modern society, they have many stuff to do X-ray or examine to check what is the real disease before he give the treatment. Buddha also like that. But for me, I am like a doctor that don't have any stuff to check to check your body first, but I just talk what I understand. That's why we have to learn more than before, because nowadays the development in the being's mind, in the human's mind, are increasing much and much, more and more than before. Very challenging. They create new stuff, new weapon, many new things in the world to show that they are great, right? Like in Korea, North Korea, yeah. What for? Actually, all people want to live in peace, right? With happiness. But they are confusing. Sometimes they think when they go to the top level, they're gonna happy. No, not like that. The more they have, the more they... yeah, that's right. So, to study the Abhidhamma is the way that can help you to understand the reality of life. When you develop your wisdom to understand the reality of life, your development cannot grow up very fast. For example, when we are young people play with a snake. They suppose that the snake is krương lang cá, toys or something. They don't afraid it. Jewelry, yes, as a jewelry, they tie the neck and something. When we take it out, the baby can cry because they think we take something that they love.
They think
Yeah.
take things away from
Yeah.
them.
But when they get older, they understand clearly, they know clearly it is not friend or not something that they like. It is a snake. It is the enemy. And then they will give it away. Like when we develop the wisdom to understand the dangers of defilement, the defilement cannot control you. You live with your wisdom to see the thing as it is. Just let it be something. Chẳng ការរៀនអភិធម្មវាជាមេរៀនប៉ុន្តែវាអាចជួយឲ្យយើងមានស្មារតីយើងមិនមែនទៅប្រឆាំងជាមួយនឹងកិលេសទេប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាកាលណាយើងយល់ពីទោសរបស់កិលេសហ្នឹងកាន់តែច្រើនឡើងដូចក្មេងដែលឃើញពីក្មេងយើងឃើញពស់ស្មានតែអលង្ការអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែនៅពេលដែលយើងឃើញទោសនៃពស់ហ្នឹងកាន់តែច្រើនឡើងអាចិត្តលអាជាមួយពស់ហ្នឹងវាឯងមិនបាច់ពីណាមកបខំហើយដូចយើងដំបងថាឲ្យរៀនលះលោភៈអីយើងពិបាកលះណានៅពេលដែលបញ្ញាវាមិនតាន់កើត So very few people who interested in Buddhism, and very few that people start with the right point. Yeah, very few. Even many people go to the monastery to pray, to ask something from Buddha. It is not the Buddha's teaching. Buddha's teaching try to explore the wisdom of people, not to educate, not to advise you have to do this, you have to do that, not like that. But he gives the key to explore our wisdom, to open out the eyes of wisdom, to see the reality as it is. When you see the reality as it is, you decide yourself what should you do and what you should not do. That's it. Chào anh ấy, không mà kế gì ông lệ. Okay, people are watching need me to talk something in Khmer too. Trong tuần vô tha Phậtនិយាយរួមយើងហៅថាជាការបង្រៀនរបស់ពុទ្ធចឹងប៉ុន្តែមែនទេនៅពុទ្ធមិនមែនជាការបង្រៀនទៀតតែព្រះអង្គរកកន្លឹះដើម្បីបំផ្ទុះមានន័យបំផុសនៅការយល់របស់យើងចឹងបំផុសនៅការយល់នៅពេលដែលយើងយល់ច្បាស់ថាស្អីជាស្អីហើយយើងសម្រេចចិត្តដោយខ្លួនឯងហ្នឹងហើយព្រះអង្គមិនមែនថាហេត្រូវធ្វើនេះត្រូវធ្វើនោះអាហ្នឹងគ្រាន់តែជាកិច្ចវិន័យខាងក្រៅប៉ុន្តែសច្ចធម៌ព្រះអង្គមិនអាចយកបញ្ញាព្រះអង្គមកយល់ជំនួសយើងបានទេគឺព្រះអង្គបំផុសបញ្ញារបស់យើងឲ្យ explore ឡើងឲ្យផ្ទុះឡើង and then យើងសម្រេចចិត្តដោយខ្លួនឯងដូចក្មេងអញ្ចឹងកាលណាវាយល់ថាពស់ហ្នឹងវាមានពឹសអីអញ្ចឹងវានឹងឡើងចាប់ដោយខ្លួនឯងហ្នឹងហើយLearning Abhidhamma like you learn to look at the map, to read the map. But it doesn't mean that it's done after you finish your learning. It is the start point. It's just one part. But without it, we gonna lose the way easily. People who travel without the map, without knowing the real direction, it's easier to lose the way. Abhidhamma in life, don't focus something too much. If you are not a preacher, if you are not a teacher, you have to learn some part of Abhidhamma that really important for your life, like in daily life we call mental development in daily life. When you experience things through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your body, your mind, that's it. But try to develop it again and again and again. For example, when we see something, your mindfulness or your wisdom realize that it is just the visible object that happen and then fall away very fast, cannot hold it again and again and again. Abhidhamma is not in the book, is not in Bible, is in your body, is in your mind. So if you are not a teacher who try to teach someone, take some part of Abhidhamma and take it into action in your daily life. It's that. If you don't have the application or you have not the duty to teach other people and you try to study a lot and then you make yourself very complicated. Very complicated. But for me, I am, sometimes they call me a teacher. Actually, I'm not teacher. I teach people, I have to learn a lot. But for the one who try to practice yourself, no need to learn all of Abhidhamma. Like you go to the hospital, for the doctor have to know a lot. Many kinds of medicine, and they know a lot about the disease. Many kinds of patient. Doctor have to understand all of that. But you are a person who, patient, yes. You don't need to know all medicine. But first, you know yourself, oh, I'm not well, I'm sick now, I need a doctor. And then we go to the hospital to ask some advice and ask some medicine, and then we take both medicine and the doctor's advice, like to make exercise or fast some food and take some medicine. That's it. Don't make yourself complicated with the Abhidhamma lesson too much if you are not a teacher. Nhôm khả nó có tha chốt bờ riêng à bị thóm riêng đâu tao ót chê cái thầm mày tờ ban mà tha don't mình đây tha công thuaខ្លួនឯងច្បុកច្បល់ជាមួយនឹងមេរៀននឹងច្រើនអញ្ចឹងត្រូវចាប់យកមេរៀនណាដែលយកមកដាក់ក្នុងជីវិតពិតបានឧទាហរណ៍ដូចជាសង្កេតពេលឃើញពេលឮស្អីដែលកើតឡើងតើចិត្តជាកុសលឬអកុសលតាមដានតែពេលដែលយើងពិសោធន៍បានហ្នឹងពីព្រោះមេរៀនពិតប្រកបមិននៅក្នុងគម្ពីរទេគឺនៅក្នុងចិត្តរបស់យើងហើយមេរៀនដ៏ល្អបំផុតសម្រាប់យើងហើយអ្នកចេះអភិធម្មពិតប្រកបដែលអាចយកមកបដិបត្តិក្នុងជីវិតបានហ្នឹងមិនមែនដោយសារយើងចាំទាំងអស់ចេះទាំងអស់ហៅថាពូកែថាខ្លាំងអត់ទេគឺយើងចេះតិចក៏ដោយឲ្យតែអាចយកមកព្យាបាលចិត្តរបស់យើងបានរាល់ពេលឃើញរាល់ពេលឮហ្នឹងហើយមិនមែនថារៀនចេះទាំងអស់ហើយមនុស្សហ្នឹងស្រាប់តែល្អទាំងស្រុងក៏មិនមែនដែរណាមិនមែនថាអូចេះអភិធម្មទៅជាមនុស្សល្អហ្មងមិនមែនទេចេះឲ្យខូចក៏បានដែរណាព្រោះតែកាលណាចេះខ្លាចជាលោកគ្រូបរៀនគេបរៀនឯងទៅអាល័យសការៈខ្លាំងពុលក្ដួចនៅហ្នឹងក៏មានដែរហ្នឹងវាមិនឲ្យតែចេះព្រោះព្រះអង្គថាចេះមានពីរចេះមួយចេះសម្រាប់ខ្លួនឯងមួយទៀតចេះរំដោះខ្លួនឯងអញ្ចឹងដូចស្មាថាបើយើងជាគ្រូបង្រៀនគេទៅទៀតត្រូវចេះច្រើនតែបើត្រឹមតែយកមកបដិបត្តិទេរៀនល្មមដែលអាចយកមកបដិបត្តិនៅក្នុងជីវិតហើយក្រៅពីហ្នឹងយើងស្ដាប់គ្រាន់តែឲ្យយល់បន្ថែមប៉ុន្តែអាណាដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងការបដិបត្តិក្នុងជីវិតអាហ្នឹងយើងចាំចុះអកុសលចិត្ត12មហាកុសល8ស្គាល់វាច្បាស់អញ្ចឹងណាហ្នឹងហើយ That's it
ជីវិតប្រចាំថ្ងៃអត់បានគិតដល់រឿងហ្នឹងឯងហ្នឹងបានន័យថាសតិប្បដ្ឋានហ្នឹងមិនកើតអត់កើតទេពីយើងសិក្សាហ្នឹងវាអត់ព្រមទៅដល់ពេលសិក្សាហ្នឹងក៏មិនសតិប្បដ្ឋានកើតដែរសំបីគណៈយល់ហ្នឹងក៏មិនសតិប្បដ្ឋានកើតដែរឧទាហរណ៍ថាឥឡូវកំពុងនិយាយថារូបមកប្រកបត្រឹមតែជារូបចិត្តដែលឃើញត្រឹមតែជាចក្ខុវិញញាណអានឹងរៀនទេដល់ពេលវាមកមែនអាសតិហ្នឹងដឹងតន់វាអត់ប្រកាន់ណាលះអាប្រកាន់ជាមួយនឹងឃើញនឹងចេញបានណាវាឃើញត្រឹមតែរូបមកប្រកបគ្រាន់តែចិត្តដែលឃើញប៉ុណ្ណឹងហើយវាភើយទៅបាត់អត់មានអញឯនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងទេអាហ្នឹងមិនជាលក្ខណៈសតិប្បដ្ឋានរលឹកដឹងប៉ុន្តែគណៈពេលរៀនសូម្បីតែគ្រូកំពុងបញ្យល់គ្រូហ្នឹងក៏មិនមែនសតិប្បដ្ឋានកើតពេលហ្នឹងដែរកុំគិតថាគ្រូកំពុងបញ្យល់ថាអូរូបកើតឡើងត្រឹមតែជារូបអូរូបគ្រូហ្នឹងកំពុងតែកើតសតិប្បដ្ឋានមិនមែនអាហ្នឹងមេរៀនតាដំបូងវាកើតពីការគិតនឹងវាចេះដែរចេះហើយយើងគិតព្យាយាមគិតតិចម្ដងព្រោះយើងឃើញរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងសូម្បីកំពុងស្ដាប់ធម៌ហ្នឹងក៏មោហៈកើតដែរហើយតែឃើញថាអាត្មាមែនទេមោហៈបាត់បើត្រឹមតែសលេងដែលឮវាមិនមែនសំលេងអាត្មាអាហ្នឹងសតិប្បដ្ឋានកើតឡើង It's a little bit hard to explain in English this I'm trying to talk in English now what I explained her when we see something or hear something if we think that there is real person who talking it is not kind of mindfulness when it is happen it always judged the thing as it is because in this world there is no man no woman no animal but only the element that happen because of condition and then fall away very fast now I see you at the first time yes
maybe if I will not see you for a long time, maybe I forget your face. But if you and me live near each other for a long time, even I go away from you 1 year, when I see you, oh, you. So what I see is not really you. It's just the visible object. But if I see repeatedly again and again and again, I recognize it. Someone in the social media asking me, what is the right way in Buddhism? We call middle way, but we call the right way. Yes, it is the Eightfold Path. It is the middle way or the right way. And he continued his question that if the monk know only how to recite Dhamma, Samma Sambuddho and something like that, what is their hope with that? When you remember something and then you recite it or repeat it, it's just for remember. It's not just, it's not for your wisdom development. It's not for your wisdom developing. But when you try to understand what you are talking, what you are reciting, like the word, for example, Samma Sambuddho, we remember this word and we say it again and again and again. We can only keep our memory. But if we try to understand what does it mean, Samma Sambuddho means the one who got enlightened everything, and then you try to understand the real meaning. It means the way to develop your wisdom. Try to understand, not just the word. The word is not Dhamma. Chẳng cái thầu vô với mình thầm chăm ấy, bởi chăm với chi rương rồi bỏ côn Khmer mùi đào. Chẳng mình Khmer dương ôi concept này ca vô thốn cái chăm chán thay che chở nó nè, vì chờ lắm thế mẹ này. Vì tôi thì vô tôi tiết đôi tại tại sao nhận nhôm số tam vì Khmer nó xua mất đừng say là nâng ngọt vô nè. Ok miền ấy thì đấy nó đưa cặp phần nắng mọi cọt vô phê chứ. Yeah, it's like the doctor. Thma priệp thiệp từ doctorចឹងណាពពុទ្ធដូចជា doctor ដែលមានឧបករណ៍គ្រប់គ្រាន់ឆ្លោះមើលជំងឺអ្នកមេរោគរបស់អ្នកជំងឺឃើញច្បាស់អញ្ចឹងដាក់ថ្នាំទៅបន្តិចជាតែអាត្មាថ្ងៃនេះវាคล้ายទៅជាគ្រូខ្មែរវិញគ្រូបុរាណខ្មែរវិញគាត់មានថ្នាំនៅមកកញ្ចប់ហ្នឹងណាឈឺអីក៏ដោះឲ្យផឹកណាគឺជួនកាលវាខុសវាខុសគ្នាអញ្ចឹងមកចង់បញ្យល់ថាអាត្មាសំដែងមិនបានយល់ថាកម្រិតញាតិញោមហ្នឹងប៉ុណ្ណាទេអញ្ចឹងនិយាយទៅតាមអ្វីដែលអាត្មាយល់ពុទ្ធអត់និយាយទៅតាមព្រះអង្គចេះបើនិយាយទៅតាមព្រះអង្គចេះមិនដឹងយើងកាលចប់ទេតែព្រះអង្គសំដែងទៅតាមកម្រិតនៃបុគ្គលហើយឃើញទេព្រះអង្គមុននឹងទៅប្រោសជ្រើសមើលអ្នកមានឧបនិស្ស័យឆ្ងាយក៏ទៅដែរអាចិត្តហ្នឹងមិនមានឧបនិស្ស័យអត់ទេបើព្រះអង្គសំដែងជាមួយអ្នកអត់មានឧបនិស្ស័យហ្នឹងនិយាយទៅដូចតែអាត្មាអញ្ចឹងគេអត់យល់ណែណាគឺអត់ត្រាស់ដឹងដែរហ្នឹងនឹងឲ្យវាលហាពេញដូចថាទៅមើលអាទឹកប៉ោតណាចិត្តពេញទៅចាក់ឲ្យពេញអាណាចិត្តពេញទៅចាក់ឲ្យពេញអាត្មាជួនកាលចាក់ចំអានោះកន្លះកហត់នៅប្រហោងកហោងទៀតធ្លុះឲ្យវិញដូចតែគ្នាទេឧបថាហ្នឹងគឺឧបធម្មហ្នឹងវិយាវចៈហ្នឹងខ្នះខ្នែងជួយបម្រើអីហ្នឹងOkay, I think it is a very good day today to meet you and we can discuss more next time. And hopefully what and okay, thank you. I hope so. Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but it's increasing very slow because my original language go into my brain very deep, and then when I talk English, I always think in my language. But now I have a question for you. She told me you know many language, 17 language.
I speak 14 fluently.
14?
Yeah,
14
I can read and write. Another 3
read and write fluently?
Yeah, I can speak, but I can't read and write.
So can you give me some technique to learn very fast?
Alright, I just share my own experience. For me, it's best way to practice with native speakers. It doesn't matter how much you learn from textbook or phone or app to computers. It's only a manual process. You manually take in, but you don't take it out. The best way is just to mingle with native speakers. Even just go out with your friends as a coffee buddy, hang out, walking on the beach, practice with native speakers. To learn actually the real language, because a lot of people learn English, it actually sounds very foreign still.
Real practice is very important.
To me, that is, and a lot of languages I don't really actively learning them. More like I just go and hang out with friends. Hey, how do you say this and that? And you start listening. This is that, and you kind of pick it up and you start speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't focus much on reading or writing at the beginning. First, try to understand, and then you speak it. Then you recognize how this one look like, and you write it.
You sound like Australian, real Australian. You don't sound like fast Russian at all.
Oh, yeah. When I speak Russian, I am Russian.
Can you say something in other language that you know?
Yeah.
What I did, you know?
Yeah, sure. In English, thank you very much. Cambodian, Alkun. Russian, спасибо. Polish, dziękuję. German, danke. French, merci. Spanish, gracias. Italian, grazie. Portuguese, obrigado. Thai, kakunga. French, merci. Arabic, shukran. Ukrainian, спасибо as well. Tibetan, they say chuchiche or gachinche, depends on the region you're from. Mongolian, bayalala. Thai, kakunka, I believe. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. នឹងហើយគិតបញ្ចប់ Dhamma talk តែប៉ុណ្្នឹងអរគុណដែលបានជើញមកបាទ Thank you for today.